Alright, in this week's Strum It video, I'm going to show you how to strum along to the song The Man Who Sold the World as performed by Nirvana. Of course, written by David Bowie. Now, the way they perform it is everything is tuned down a half step. So the way I'm going to do it, I'm in standard tuning, so it's going to sound a half step higher. If you want to match the recording, tune it down a half step. Alright, so first off, we just have a few chords in this one, but it is a little more complicated than some of the other strummets that I've done so far. Now, let's go over the chords first. We have A major, which looks like this. All second fret on strings 2, 3, and 4, strum 5 strings. The next chord is D minor, which is on the top 4 strings. We have our first finger on the first fret of string number 1, third finger on the third fret of string number 2, and the middle finger on string 3 at the second fret. Our next chord after that is F major. We're going to use the bar chord F, where we have our first finger across all 6 strings, and then the rest of the chord looks like this, with our middle finger on string 3, fret number 2, pinky finger on string 4, fret number 3, and then our third finger on string 5, fret number 3 as well, and you get a nice big F sounding chord. Now, if you know this version of F and you're more comfortable with that, just stick to what you're good at there. But I like that bar version. Now, the other chord, of course, is C major, a pretty commonly known chord. So I'm going to go ahead and move on to the last one, which is D flat. This one has to be played as a bar chord. It's up here at the 4th fret. You bar across all the frets. I don't quite hit the last string, and then the third finger bars across the 6th frets on strings 2, 3, and 4, and that gives you the D flat chord that's in this song. Now that chord doesn't come up until the chorus. So let's first take a look at the verse. Now, one of the techniques that you need to use in the verse is a percussive technique, and that's where you take your picking hand, you touch the strings right before you strum it to get this kind of thud sound like that. Now, in the song, we have that in the very first measure. So here's how you would strum the first measure. Down, mute, up, down, up. And then after that, it's very similar with down, up, mute, up, down, up. And then that alternates throughout the verse. So I'm going to play through the whole verse, calling out the chords as we go. So here we go. We have D minor, back to A, F, C, now back to A, 1 and 2 and D minor. Alright, that's the whole verse section. Now, if you noticed, I counted out 1 and 2 and because there's a meter change in the middle of that. So it actually has a bar of 2, 4 there. All right, that's the verse following those chords. Next up, we have the chorus. That starts on the C chord for 3 measures, no percussive strums here, and we have just down and up the whole way through. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and F. D flat, F, C, F, D flat, and then you end on an A major chord. Now there is part of the introduction that uses an F and ends on a D minor, something like. And of course the main guitar part is doing that over top of that, so you can kind of blend those together if you'd like. But now you've got all the information you need to try strumming The Man Who Sold the World. We have the verse section, the chorus section, percussive strums, and bar chords. So it's a little bit more complicated. So take your time on that, enjoy it, and I will see you in the next video.